Alright, Привет, comrades, TFCom here, with some amazing and some interesting news. Remy, shut up! I'm sure you can probably hear him screaming in the video. I'm gonna move to this room, maybe he'll leave me alone. He's probably gonna jump on my lap or something. But, whatever. So, oh jeez. Here comes Remy. Remy, you can come sit on my lap if you want. This whole little intro is just me talking about Remy. So, you know how just yesterday I was complaining about not having my birth certificate? Well, guess what arrived in the mail today? My new birth certificate. And I should be happy, and I am happy, I guess. It just seems very off. Like, this would be the official one, but it's so much different than my original one. Even the format's completely different. And granted, that could change over time. I mean, it's been 22 years. They probably changed their format and stuff. But, like, my original one was, like, horizontal paper, like 40-something blanks for each thing to fill in, blah, blah. This one, I don't really want to show my information, but it's a vertical paper and has, like, 10 questions, that's it. And it's like, that seems way too small. But also, what really gets me is my original one, under father, there was no information, it was all left blank, like, someone who doesn't know who their dad is. This one has a whole list of father information, name, birth date, birthplace, everything else, and it's like, so you suddenly know who my dad is? Why wasn't that on the original one? Like, did he just step up to the plate one day and be like, I want to be on the information now, and just no one told me? I mean, that's kind of a big importance factor, And I always, of course, I wanted to know who my dad is. And I wasn't going to be, like, rude to the person, who kind of raised me. And I say kind of because, like I mentioned, he was basically out of my life by the time I was 10. But, I was still going to call him dad. But it's like, kind of wanted to know who my actual dad was. So now I'm like, do I go by this chart? Or do I go by the fact that I don't know? I'm still going to probably stay with I don't know because, I mean, it's still weird that this one has his name, his address, everything else on it, and my original does not. Like, all this is supposed to be is changing the name and adding my, changing the name and changing my gender. So why is all this stuff added, and why have a lot of blanks disappeared? Like, my original one, there was, like, place of birth, doctor who delivered me, blood type, there was all these questions there, and blood type was left blank. I've made a lot of jokes with that. I have no blood, nope. But this one doesn't even have those questions. It doesn't have the doctor, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't even have the full name of where I was born. Because originally it said I was born, sorry, I'm panting, I was just running up and down the stairs. I'm trying to work out. Yes? Hello? Okay. Originally it said, I just completely lost what I was saying. Yeah, originally it said Scott Air Force Base was my full name here for place I was born. Shiloh Valley, Scott Air Force Base. This one just says Scott. It says Scott, Illinois, and it's like, I'm pretty sure that's not a town. I mean, it may be a town name, but that's not where I was born. It's a big difference between Scott Air Force Base, which is in Shiloh Valley, and just the city of Scott. Probably a huge difference. There probably is a city of Scott. So was I born in a different place than I know? Because my original one said Scott Air Force Base in Shiloh Valley. This one just says Scott, Illinois. So where was I born? I don't know where I was born. Apparently I have a dad now, which I never knew about. So, nice to know. Also, it says current residence in Mejia, Texas. So apparently I live in Mejia, Texas. I guess my mom never updated the information when we moved to Dallas. So, I guess that's where I live, despite the fact that it got mailed to Tyler, which should be a sign, but I guess they wouldn't change what's in the system unless you tell them to. So, apparently I have a dad. I'm born in a different town than I thought. I currently live in Mahia. And yeah, that's interesting information. Very much so. Also, this one says that I was born March 18th. Again, way different. My original one said June 26th. So March 18th seems a little off. A little bit off. Um, but my dad always, well, the one who raised me is my dad, always told me it was March 26th. So maybe he just mixed them. It was March, but it wasn't the 26th, like June 26th. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure my original one was a fake now because it matches none of this information. But I'm also kind of worried about this information not being correct. So yeah, apparently I have a dad. That's what I've been thinking about all night. Um, and he was born in Oklahoma. Doesn't tell me where in Oklahoma. Doesn't tell me if he still lives there. But he was born in Oklahoma. And that's okay. So if it is real information, hi Lowell, I'm your son. I like your name by the way. Lowell's French for wolf pup. So I'm. What would you call a child of a pup? Would it just be a pup? I'm a pup. Mm-hmm. I'm wolf pup. That's gonna be my new thing now. Oh my gosh. So, hi Lowell. um, I don't know what to think about all this stuff. Love to hear your guys' opinions on that. It just doesn't seem real. I don't know. I would love to show my. I would normally show my information to compare them and stuff, but I've been told not to do that because personal information there and everything, and you can still identity and blah blah blah. And I mean, you probably could honestly. You could like screenshot my birth certificate. You can get someone from Social Security office, show them the birth certificate, say you need a new Social Security card, and they'll get you one. I figured that out. You can do it really easy, which is kind of worrisome. And you're supposed to have the official one in front of you and everything else, but people don't always follow the rules. They just be like, whatever, I'll do it for you. So I'm not going to show my information because I don't want to get my identity stolen. And also, I don't know if this one's real or the old one. So I don't want to show either of them right now. Basically, no, one's like a horizontal, like a diploma, and has like like all these questions all the way down. This one's vertical and has like doop, doop, doop. There's like 10, but I did 3. You know what I mean? It's like a few little questions that just it kind of looks like a report card. Like it's like mother's name blank, father's name blank, date of birth blank. It's just kind of like listing them down. Whereas the other one was like name, gender, did it, date of birth, blood type, doctor's name, place of delivery, city of delivery. Like it was like Whereas this one seems really broad. Maybe because they don't have my information correct, so they're just like, let's make it as broad as we can be because we're not sure. Which would make sense because I don't even know either. But yeah, so I got it, which is great. Also means I officially have every single paperwork changed. My gender and name are officially changed on everything, from driver's license to bank to birth certificate. Everything I can think of is officially changed. School, auto insurance, health insurance, Social Security card, driver's license. I don't know what I'm missing. Work, like everything is officially changed. So you no longer can find probably any paperwork that has my old name on it, which is awesome. It's like she never existed. Or she died. I wonder how that would look on certain forms. Like I know if I actually go in and change my information, then it'll probably show new name. But some accounts probably have to close the account and then open it in a new name. Like that's what Walgreens had to do for me. They had to like close my old account, and then the doctor had to resubmit every prescription back to them with a new account, in the new name. So I wonder how that looks in their system. They just write deceased? Maybe. Maybe. Aw, she died. Hmm. I'm not remorseful about that. Sorry, girl. You dead. I guess that was just what they have put in the system. I don't know. Maybe there's a certain thing they push, but if they have to delete my entire profile, then they probably just have to write deceased or something. That sucks. But maybe that's why I'm much starting to think that's why I'm having issues getting a loan. Because I mean, I didn't have any much credit to begin with. But also I'm searching with my new name for credit loans, and they're finding pretty much no credit history whatsoever, or at least none that they think is worth reporting. So, I mean, logically, with my social security card, I'm only 22. I don't have a lot under my social security number to begin with, but I'm starting to think maybe it's because of the new name. I've only had this name since January, so I haven't really built up a credit history since then. Whereas before, I have been taking loans out and having credit card, anything else since I've been 18, which again isn't much years, so it could just be that in plain simple. But I'm starting to think it might be the name, because some places aren't even. I was checking for all these different places to get a loan. Some weren't even asking for my social; they were just asking for my name and birth date. So it would make sense that they have no record really of me. But I don't know. I don't know. But that's an interesting discovery that's done. But every paperwork is done. Everything's officially changed. There is no record of that former person, except like my high school diploma, things like that. You know, I'm not really gonna go back and change my high school diploma though. So I don't think I would ever need it. I don't think so. I know when you apply for jobs, you're supposed to show like your most recent education, but I think since I have a college degree, they won't ask for my high school diploma. Though I know when I was applying for CPS, they wanted your high school you graduated from, the year you graduated, things like that, on top of your college information. So I hope they don't ask for it, because, I mean, I might have the information somewhere in my filing cabinet, but I'd also have the wrong name, and then I have to explain to them I'm trans, because now there's no way for them to tell that I am. Appearance-wise, I completely look man. Every single form will say man. Like, there's no way for them to tell I used to be a woman. There's no way for them to tell unless I told them. And if they ask about high school stuff, I guess I don't have to tell them. I could just say I had my name changed because it sounded like a girl's name and I wanted, a guy's name because I'm a guy. I could say something like that. I don't have to say trans, but they would kind of assume, yeah, it's because he's trans. And while, the CPS is supposed to be a really open environment, blah, 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 I don't want to risk anything because I really, really, really want this job. It's my dream job. I don't want to risk them being like, oh, he's perfect. Oh, wait, he's trans. Never mind. And, just never contacting me again or something like that. Especially in Texas, there's a lot of times you apply to places, and as soon as they find out you're trans, it's nope. No. Nope. Found that out a lot. Apparently, one of the biggest giveaways is that a lot of forums will ask, name and preferred name. And they use that as a trick. So I've heard don't put your preferred name, even if you do have a preferred name. Because they know that a lot of trans people especially will put, their name on there. And they're like, awesome, I'll get referred to as my name. This is like a really open place. But really, they're looking through candidates. They say, see, you have a different name. And it's a big red flag. And some people are like, what about nicknames? Well, if your name is like Sam, or like Samantha, and you go by Sam, it's a big, they assume whatever. If you go by your middle name, whatever. If your name is like Susan and you go by Jeffrey, that kind of gives you away. So I heard don't put your preferred name. It'll, or else you won't even get an interview. But once you get an interview, it's a line of when do you tell them. When they see you, they're probably going to figure it out. But it's a really difficult line of how hard is it going to be to get this job. So I heard a lot about that. But in general, even if you pass 100%, you've had surgery and everything, your name's officially changed. If someone finds out you're trans, even like offhanded comment, they'll try to find a way to fire you or not hire you. So, yeah, it's a very busy thing. I'm definitely not in the clear yet. I still need my surgeries and I still need to get the job. And I need to keep the job. But, yeah. Birth certificate. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I still in shock about that. I don't really know what to say. I'm just really confused. But anyway, TFCom signing off. Bye.